Hello, Feuzion. My name is Alex Feuzion, host of Fusion News. We have another big show for you today. I am on the phone with one of the most knowledgeable people about the Patriots cap space is Miguel Benzan. So, Mr. Benzan, how are we doing tonight?
We're doing all right. Of course, the Patriots just cut Shane McClellan
Yes.
as, running around doing some errands with my wife. So that was kind of funny. It cracked me up. It cracked me up. But sometimes when I try to time these things, and will they do something while I'm gone, like in early March? And today my gut feeling was today they weren't going to do anything. We just find out information, and of course I guess wrong.
So what does that mean for this Patriots team?
Okay, so they're not right now because they cut him with a failed physical destination. Okay, so basically what happens right now, there's in the new CBA, there's this thing called injury protection. Okay, and basically what happens, playing if they get cut, and especially with a failed physical designation. Okay, they can get up to 50% of their salary paid to them starting on the following September. Okay, so Shane McClellan's salary was $2.15 million. Okay, half of that is $1.075 million. Okay, so in September, he's gonna start, starting week 1, he's gonna start getting. You divide that by 17. You get 17 paychecks will come out for that amount of money. So what basically he's gonna get paid like $63,000 a week starting in September. Okay? So that means like my cap space number, all right, which I it's on my Twitter handle, PatsCap, all right. So if you want to think about it, the Patriots got to leave a cushion for that $1.075 million. Because they have to pay. They're gonna probably have to pay that shit to Shane McClellan starting in September. All right. So I bet somebody on Twitter posted out, that could save $3 million on the cap for salary for the Patriots. That number wasn't even close. I'm saying, because basically all the Patriots really did was save the money from his salary, get off the hook from paying off his salary and his workout bonus. So it saves about $2.35 million in cash right now. All right, and then they're going. Then they're gonna be on the hook in September for that amount. So it's about a net savings about $1 million. They didn't save $3 million, right? That's just a pet peeve of mine. People reading the table on a different website and thinking from salary cap table, read the table and don't understand the numbers because they were going on $3 million and then including Shay's $800,000 signing bonus proration. That stays with the Patriots. That's going to be under the Patriots cap going forward on 2008. It's just dead money. So and they forget that someone's got to replace Shay on the top 51 list, right? And in this case, it's being changed. Rent was a $630,000 salary. So you subtract $2.35 million from the $630,000. That's about $1.7 million savings. And then you think about the money you have to pay in September. It's actually at the end, the net is about $700,000 in cap space.
Well, it's not. This is a very complicated thing, and I love when to get this insight from you. And the next question is going to be: is there any way the Patriots could adjust the cap space in their favor?
Oh yeah. So this still have people are always asking me why doing all on the roster. He's got a $5 million cap. All right. $4.5 million in his salary, and at $500,000 he can earn through $46 million active roster bonuses. All right. So all this $5 million in cash, none of it's guaranteed until he's on the roster week 1. So on Saturday, if he's on the roster at 4 p.m. Saturday before the Patriots' first game, his $4.5 million salary becomes fully guaranteed as termination pay. All right. The risk, the only risk the Patriots are taking right now, right, and they're not doing it right now because they don't have any OTAs or training camp or anything like that. They're not taking any risks right now because he can't get hurt playing football or practicing football. But once he starts taking part in the OTAs, the off-season workout sessions, and preseason and training camp, and all those preseason games, then you're taking a risk to get hurt. And then if he gets hurt, then you can't cut him because it's just going to go on IR, and then you're on the hook for the whole $5 million cap hit. That $500,000 he won't earn 46 million active roster bonus will still remain on the Patriots cap, but the Pats will get a credit on him not earning that money on the 2019 cap. Okay, so that's the main reason. That's one way to do it, is to do something with Dwayne Allen, cut him. Or the other thing you could do with Dwayne Allen is have him take a pay cut. And maybe agree, give him the opportunity to earn some of that money back through incentives. Because he doesn't really catch a lot of balls last year. He didn't catch a lot of balls, but the top of my head, I think he caught 10. You can do something with receptions, 10 yards, receiving yards. You also do a receiving touchdown. And all of the easy, non-likely to be earned incentives that he could earn if he plays well and has a lot of playing time. So the other thing we could do is do a deal with Tom Brady. Currently, he's about a $22 million cap hit. You could extend him, lowering his cap hit somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe $5.5 million. So, if you were to give him a bonus $28 to $30 million, I could see that happening. You could do a deal with Bob Gronkowski that would lower his cap number, which is around $11 million. You could maybe thinking about extending Chris Hogan and lowering his cap number. All right. You could also think about maybe doing a deal with Brandon Cooks, lower his cap number of $8.459 million. All right. So, there's ways for them to do that. They still got, and I'm trying to think what other easy ways are off the top of my head. And then obviously they just traded for Cordell Patterson. They could probably I think they got to do something to lower his cap number $3.25 million. So those are several ways right there. I know right now they got the cap space they wanted right now to do the moves. We haven't gotten all the official numbers for Adrian Claiborne, Matt Tobin, and Patrick Chung. I bet the house that Patrick Chung's cap number is going to be lower than it is right now, which is $2.8 million. All right, bet the house on that. But I don't know the numbers on Tobin. I don't know the numbers on Claiborne. So I can only give you without knowing those three official numbers. I can only just say the cap space $14 million, which is certainly enough to if they do some of those moves I mentioned earlier to create cap space to have enough cap space for the rest of the year. Because they do need, besides paying signing the draft class at starting training camp, they're gonna probably want to have about somewhere in the range of like $7 to $10 million cap space. I don't know if you want me to go entirely list why, but I could do that if you want.
It's up to you.
All right. For example, and so folks, like, if you follow me on Twitter, right, and you heard me say this on Twitter, you heard me write. I wrote an article for the Boston Spurs Journal on this. I've been on the podcast saying there's no way the Patriots going to keep. There were no way the Patriots could have kept Jimmy G at tagged and Tom Brady at $22 million. You know what I'm saying? I know, like, and the people who were saying that, I kept on thinking, and I swear that I don't know this for a fact. I never asked them this, but I just think they were thinking about what's going to happen in March, and never thought about what's going to happen in September. Because this is what happens in September, folks. September, right now, I'm only counting the salaries of 51 players. All right, that's per the rule and the CBA. Well, on the first game, the first day of the football season, that Thursday, every team is inside counting the salaries of 53 players. Okay, so that's usually 2 rookies. That's about the rookies are making $400,000 a year. So that's another $960,000 you got to account for. All right. Now you got to pay for. You got to account for all the players you probably put on IR during the preseason, especially if they were rookies, because that's such a low amount. They're not going to be in the top 51 list. Also, got to pay for your practice squad. All right. Patriots typically pay their practice squad players more money than other teams. Last year was $2 million. So I would say you want to average, let's say, $2 million. I would say just get a cushion for $2 million for practice squad players. All right. Now and then you have to have a cushion for when a player earns a non-likely to be earned 46-man active roster bonus. And I'm going to choose Julian Edelman as the most dramatic example. He missed every game last year. Okay? So, when he's played in week 1, and I'm not going to look, so he's playing on week 1, and he's at least an active one, okay? The next Tuesday, all right, or Wednesday, the Patriots will lose $46,875 in cap space. So if he's active for all 16 games, Patriots going to lose $750,000 in cap space. All right, and I'm not going to list all the players that have some who could do this, who could earn, not likely to be earned 46-man roster bonus. But right now, if all those players would have played more active in all 16 games, that's a $3.2 million the Patriots would account for. Right, and then you also have to replace players who get injured. Right, somewhere that takes somewhere between, depending how many injury settlements you agree to and when the injury happens, all right? That could be anywhere from $4 to $7.5, maybe even $8 million in cap space, depending on when the injury happens, all right? And then the other thing you got to think about is that you want to have some room on the cap for the regular season, just in case you decide to extend a player who has a really low cap number. You're going to give him a signing bonus, but you're not going to increase this. You're not going to do anything with his salary. All right, so you're just going to leave this salary on and just give him a signing bonus. And then, let's say if you give a player a $10 million signing bonus for a 5-year extension, that's $2 million extra on hitting the cap. You know, so you want to leave money on the cap. Right. So that's somewhere between 7 and 10. Of course, want to say that it is likely that the Patriots, each team does this, and sometimes the Patriots, that as a lower salary player beats out a more expensive player for the roster spot, that creates cap space. So that's why it's about 7 to 10. It's not 8 to 12, because you know in September the roster cut down is going to create cap space. Right. Adam Butler, let's example, Adam Butler beats out. Let's say somebody beats out like Riley McCarron, all right? Beats out Cordell Patterson for a roster spot. That's like $2.5 million in cap space you created. If you get a player who beats out a rookie, beats out Flynn Richards for a cap space, that's $400,000 in cap space you created. So if another rookie beats out Cyrus Jones, that's $300,000 in cap space you create. I'm trying to think who else, a veteran who's going to be, who I think is going to lose their roster spot. If you got a rookie kicker or rookie kicker beats out Gronkowski, that's a lot of cap. That's a couple million dollars in cap space. A rookie punter beats out Ryan Allen. That's a couple million. That's a low in the middle, about $1 million in cap space. So people look at the number right now. Wow, that's not enough cap space. But I want to point one reason, like going podcasts, is explain to people, or at least hopefully explain to them, like, don't worry so much. There's ways for people for the Patriots to create cap space. And you said that earlier, and then about 5 minutes ago you asked me that question. Yep. This is another way they can create cap space. Is that I hope that the lower salary guys beats out the more expensive veterans for a roster spot.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So this question is kind of pulls into the effect of your response right there. It's from Mr. Quindazzi or Mr. Q, as like you said. What are the CBA rules for contact with new players? What is allowed before OTAs, conditioning, and going over playbook?
Okay, so in the CBA, I don't even know if it's in here. I think it might be in the bylaws.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if you're a team that hired a new coach, you can start your off-season workout program 2 weeks before the rest of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
So the Lions, because I hired Matt Patricia, they can start the off-season workout program on April 2nd. The Patriots cannot do it because they get, Bill Pelt, they retained Bill Pelt, that they cannot start their program until April 16th. So the new coaches get 2 more weeks to get familiar with the new teams. It has nothing to do with new players.
Mm-hmm.
It has to do more with if you have a new coach or not.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never seen, and I Mr. Q asked that question. I started looking in the CBA, and I didn't have a chance to look at the bylaws. And if I see something in the bylaws, I don't remember, and ever seen something about new players. It's always been about new coaches. Mm-hmm. If I find something different, I'll tweet it out.
Mm-hmm. What exactly is the future for Rob Gronkowski? Do you foresee possibly Rob Gronkowski saying he's retiring from the NFL this offseason and going to different venues, which I know he's very interested in the WWE, and I know his one friend, Mojo Rawley, who is on SmackDown Live, has said it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So what exactly do you foresee the future of Rob Gronkowski with the Patriots?
Okay. I think he's playing in the NFL. I think it was not good a negotiating strategy to bring up the idea of retiring. Mm-hmm. Because then he made it less likely he made it just more difficult to construct a deal that lowers his cap number while also protecting themselves on the back end if he does retire. Mm-hmm. Because, for example, if you wanted to give him a $10 million signing bonus, all right, and also lower his cap number, all right, that means you probably want to extend them like maybe 2 or 3, 4, let's say $20 million, a bigger number, right? Mm-hmm. That means just extend them like maybe 2 more years. Well, if he's talking about retiring now, you really think he's going to play another 3 years? And so if he doesn't play another 3 years, you're eating money. Eating some money right here. I think we have been the better. I don't think he's leaving. I think the better strategy for him was just to say nothing and just work out a deal. Because I was watching on Albert Breer last night. He's like, how I was talking about he shouldn't Gronkowski shouldn't think about he should be paid like a wide receiver. Mm-hmm. Well, what Albert didn't say is that Rob Gronkowski got paid $90 million a year in 2012. All right? Mm-hmm. It's now 2018. If you adjust for the increase in cap, $9 million then is about $13.3 million now. Mm-hmm. So if you agreed then that he was worth $9 million a year, then I don't see why you can't make. You can definitely make the argument that he's worth more. The same 13 one if you want to adjust for the cap. Mm-hmm. So I see that. So I wrote. Let me answer this question on the Boston Sports Journal on my QA. I created a scenario where you get him the 13. You get him the 13 or 14 million API. Mm-hmm. And for Drew Rosenhaus, his agent, I think it's more important for him to use the new money API, getting them up to 14 or 13 and a half or something number like that. Mm-hmm. That you could do that somewhat easy. I think Rob Gronkowski's still playing. I just would have never mentioned the possibility of retirement because it's like, it just made it just more difficult. But they could. I just don't think he's gonna. I still think he's gonna play.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because that's the only leverage he's got. I mean, is to retire. I mean, like somebody was tweeting out, all these new contracts for these tight ends gives Rob Gronkowski leverage. And I'm like, you do. I wanted to say to the person, politely, that they're not, just because they're close to him and nominally doesn't mean they're close to him. Like after you adjust for the cap,
right?
You know. Oh, I'm sorry. It just drives me crazy. I mean, they should. Some of these people should really think about the cap is increasing. You just can't think about, well, he's making $9 million. He's making $9 million API contract signing. Well, because he signed the deal in 2012. All these players are signing the deals in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
The cap has gone up so much since 2012. Please think about that.
Mm-hmm. Well, Miguel, before we wrap up this Fusion News interview, I have to ask you, you, of course, have been covering this Patriots team, doing the PatsCap for how long now?
2001.
2001. So what exactly is your favorite part about covering this Patriot team's cap space?
Say that again, please.
What is your favorite part about covering this Patriot team?
The favorite part is the fact that the media, who are some of the parts of the media, were so confident in the fans, can't say that when they talk about the salary cap. Because the person who best covers the salary cap is a fan. That's myself.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like I'm bragging, but I'm telling you right now that it's from experience. You can count the number of guys on beat writers, men and women, who've been covering the Patriots as long as I have. All right, it's very few beat writers who has been covering the Patriots as long as I have, especially the salary cap. And the guys who've been covering it, I work with one of them right now, Chris Price.
Mm-hmm.
There's Mike Reese and there's Tom Curran. The two of them, I answer questions from them about the salary cap. I help them with the salary cap. So like, I think the most proud of is that as a fan, I know more about the salary cap than the media, who tend to look down on us fans. That's what I'm most proud of.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Well, Miguel, I want to say thank you again for coming on my show today, and I hope to have you on again very soon in this NFL offseason.
Well, hook me up. We'll just talk again around roster touchdowns.
Yes.
And then I'll have a better idea how confident of the Patriots winning the Super Bowl. Say that.
All right, Miguel. Thanks again for coming on tonight.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Fusation, just heard it from PatsCap, Miguel Benzon. He broke down the very complicated NFL cap. I'm nowhere near an expert, nor even, have any basic. I mean, I have basic knowledge of the cap space, but what he just provided for you guys is something I could have never done, and I am very, very grateful to have him on my show, and I can't wait to have him on again very, very soon. All right, Fusation, thanks again for watching and listening to this Fusion News episode. Go back and watch my other episode from earlier today. I had the voice of the New York Yankees, Mr. John Sterling, on earlier today. We talked his career, we talked the upcoming Yankees season, and much, much more. Be sure to go back and watch all my other episodes. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure to follow me on Twitter at AlexFeuz, F-E-U-Z. All right, Fusation, thanks again for watching, and I will be seeing you very soon. Thanks for listening.